do believe we are alive. So I'll say, indeed, and greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. Thank you for joining me again on another conscious evolution. Today's stream topic was about all that you are, recognizing that you are this physical form to some extent, but you are also so much more at the and that in seeing yourself as more than just this physical form, you allow yourself a certain freedom, I believe. Freedom from your own interpretation of what you're supposed to be, at the very least. Freedom from aging and the experience that that is, right? Freedom from believing that you are somehow less valuable than you were when you were born, right? I feel like we definitely do live in a society where our elderly and eventually those of us that are dying to age doesn't serve the same function in our societies, right? I'm thinking about the value we place, right? The infatuation, the excitement we place on a newborn, for example, and someone who's in the last week of their lives, the first week and the last week of life. And in that way, right, like human beings have this ability to see the future in some way. And maybe we like seeing the future in a new entity like that because they'll get to live this full life and have all of this experience and become all of this thing that is amazing to be. But we don't have the same capacity to extract that enthusiasm necessarily for our elderly, right? And this could be my own bias, could be my own culture. But I'm thinking about the future where people don't die in the same way, right? Where we can actually have a meaningful conversation with memory, right? I feel today's stream topic was in part about how important memory is, how you are also your memories, right? You're not just this physical form. Like you could have your memories wiped. You can remember how to talk or whatever and still look this way and maybe still receive the same kind of treatment because of how you look physically. But the way you would be able to deal with that treatment, if or not, is very much based on your memory, right? Like how are you gauging? Oh, it's nice having you friends here. Duck Dad says, I want the freedom to stop me from having to type the difference between tree climbing and rock climbing again. Since you canceled the last stream, I want for nothing because that stream got recorded and I can go back and unfortunate between climbing of tree. Hey! I was gonna say between climbing of tree and climbing of wall, but then I wanted to say between climbing of tree and climbing of Joy Vive because I saw her comment for a second. Hey Joy, it's nice having you here. Doc, I got the butt about hip thrusting, but I'm left with quite confused of the cliffhanger part. Jeez, Doc Boss. So, in only two motions, you want to kick off the tree with the feet by pretty much air. You want to kick off the tree with your feet by pretty much air, humping your hips simultaneously using your left hand to pull as much on your climbing rope above your knot. Of course. That's all you have to do is you kick off the tree with feet but pretty much air, humping your hips, simultaneously using your left hand to pull as much as you're climbing rope above your knot. Before your momentum comes down while you were pulling on your left hand, you use your right hand to advance the Blake hitch, not to take up the slack you gained by by bucking. Yeah, of course. Of course. All of these things make sense to me, right? Of course. They make so much sense to me. I understand. And this is just such a beautiful fractal illuminating today's whole stream topic, right? That I am so many things, but I am not close to an arbiter. Arbiter. Arbiter? The way Duck Dad is. So I do not have the same vocabulary or the same attachment to reality, right? I'm not the same thing, right? Duck Dad gets to look up to himself and to his skills in a whole different way that I get to look up to mine. I still get to look up to mine with the same amount of wholeness, with the same amount of gratitude for who I am and what I've become. And so does Duck Dad as well, despite us being on these different journeys. Huzzah! Yes! I will use the, as Joe beautifully said, the confused to extract wisdom. Yes. Shall. What I got from that duck is that at some point while you're climbing tree, you have to hump it. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what he said, Sam. That's exactly what he said. You know, like humping your hips simultaneously. That makes perfect sense the way you said it, Sam. I have a crippling fear of heights. No air humping trees for me. Yeah, Sam, hump it to gusto. Yeah, I don't know if I have a crippling fear of heights. For me, it's just a like a way of being, right? Like the version of me that is at heights is very clingy, rightly so, right? Like I feel very like I'm gonna hold on to things and I guess that's what you want to be if you're at the height. But I don't particularly enjoy feeling that way, right? Feeling like I have to hold on to a piece of reality because I might fall off another piece of reality doesn't mesh well with me. So I rather just be on reality in that way. At least for now, I'll be okay. You need all the scrambled eggs followed by an Epsom salt bath for that muscle recovery. True. I feel like there's a pun that I'm avoiding with this one. Joe, I'll settle for a healthy breakfast of eggs and wheat. That does sound balanced, right? Would be even. Wouldn't be surprised if many human ancestors have had eggs and wheat as their first energy sources of the day. All that I am, all that I am. It's pretty intimidating as well, right? Thinking about that stuff. So I think in that way, it's extra important that we love ourselves. I'm just so jazzed that yet again I can use my ADHD superpowers of learning passionate projects to create a skill to pay the bills. Yeah, and you said it perfectly there, bro. It is a superpower. It is the ability to mode shift, literally. Like that's what ADHD is. Like you're just constantly mode shifting. All of these different things. Oh, that's a breakfast I can condone. Yeah, like just thinking about having a nice, healthy meal of eggs right now Does sound nice. All right. I'm a full day in. I want to fast long enough to test the keto strips that Jovan gifted me. Jovan gifted me some keto strips, and I have not been close to ketosis enough again to justify being able to test one of them. So, boom. Suddenly new objective established in brain. I can I can work with that. I absolutely hate heights. I'm terrified of tall water slides and stuff. But in the I trust in me. Yo, yo, it's true. Like this is me just anecdotally sharing the experience that's arising in my mind right now. Not me saying that this is how it is or how it's gonna be. But I am grateful that you won't be doing this in like a cave in darkness somewhere. There's this dude who made a documentary of them going down the deepest cave, and they also have harnesses and stuff. And because of how sleep deprived and tired and low calorie that they are, you forget to like latch yourself, and so like and there was like moments where he literally had to hold on with his freaking arms to not fall down that freaking canyon because of just how zonked he is, the whole trusting in self. So in that way, it's important for you to get good sleep and eat well, bro, if you're going to be doing jobs like this. But I'm preaching to the choir in that, I'm sure. All that I am. Maybe we can spend a moment meditating on that a little bit as well. You want to meditate on all that you are, you can get into ketosis. You can get into ketosis by fasting as well, actually. So, what ketosis means is that your body switches over from the energy source of glucose, which is pretty much anything that gets turned into glucose, which is rice and potatoes and candy and popcorn and like you name your carb of choice, all of that turns into glucose, and then your body uses that glucose. And then when it doesn't have any glucose left to burn or spend, it switches over to its second energy source, which is ketones. And ketones is a compound produced by your liver made out of your fat, essentially. Right? That's me laymaning it down to the essentials. And when you use ketone bodies as your main fuel source, it is detectable in your urine. Oh, bro. I am that I am. Yes, you are. Yes, we are. Man, like me talking about me being like teacher mode, teachering. And then Gary Lee comes and blesses us with abundance. Thank you, bro. That's so nice. Thank you, Gary. So, yeah, that's basically it. So, as soon as your body switches over from burning glucose as its main energy source to burning ketones as its main energy source, you are in a state of ketosis. That's so nice, bro. Bless you, bro. Bless you again. Bless you eternally. Bless us into the future. I'm looking forward, bro. I'm looking so forward to the future. Yes, but eating is better than starving yourself. Fight me. Uh, true. True. Like the thing is, Joy Vive, is like I've never gotten even close to like dangerous levels of body fat. I've never in my life been like even close to like 7. I don't think I've even been below 10% body fat. Right? And for those who like don't know what that means, hey Google. Oh, I don't want to use this plan. I'm gonna just search it with my meat sticks. 10% body fat. Yeah, so someone with 10% body fat. There we go. Right, this is like gonna be a little bit explicit, but I have pretty much my whole life been around 30 to like at closest 15% body fat, right? That one down there. I've never even gotten close to the 10, 12%, not even remotely to 6 to 7. Never in my life, 3 to 4% body fat. And you can still live, right? Those dudes are alive and well despite having 3% body fat. So I've never not eaten to the point of having 3% body fat, right? If I did that stuff, you would know, you would see it in my face. It would not be a good look for me. So in that way, I'm in spec, right? Like if we're gonna think about like an elevator, right? Like an elevator can take a certain amount of weight, and as long as you don't exceed that weight, everything should be fine. I have not been exceeding my body in that way, at least. You know, I've been mindful of that stuff, taking care of ourselves. Oh, terrified of tall water slides. Schlitterbahn was the big thing in this area. The Schlitterbahn. And that sounds horrific. That kid, man, we all heard about him. Pretty sure water park attendants took a sharp drop here for a few years after. Oh, someone got wrecked by the Schlitterbahn. I mean, it's called the Schlitterbahn. That thing sounds like it's made to kill a person. I'm sorry. I got into keto mega fast, usually within 24 hours of a fast. I'm high ketosis according to the test strips. I believe you. And I think it might actually have something to do with the way you metabolize energy. I had 10% body fat in my 20s, get cold all the time. Yeah, like there's a bunch of things that you end up paying for, right? Like you pay in low energy levels, uh, TMI kind of vibes, but you pay in low libido and, like enthusiasm in that way. You pay in general life satisfaction. You feel like grumpy about reality. Then this might be some level of projection as well. I can admit to some of that. My comments are, I don't know. I think I am caught up. Think I watched a doc on that amusement park. Yeah. 10% is low. Yeah, and it's like I don't know if it's worth it, bro. Like it might be aesthetically worth it. Like the only time that I'm going to get to that point, I think, in my life, is when I want to say have some help. The use the overheating protection setting, bruh. Blows on cell phone. Grumpy about reality. Grumpy, yeah, like that's kind of the way it is, right? Like you're in this general state of like, I might be wrong. I might be wrong. I might be projecting from my own experience. But yeah, I'm trying to do the best I can and taking care of myself. I promise, dear friends. Because if I do, I'll get to show up with you, right? And that is a part of my promise, right? It would be a little bit, weirdly enough, like this is me kind of like commenting on the general state of things. But if I was telling you friends, I'm gonna stream for every day of my life, and then I proceeded to like live the most dangerously, do the most obscene things to my body, and like put things inside of myself that's bad for my health, to the point of literally shortening my lifespan, where even though I did intend to stream for my whole life, I'm doing everything in my power to make that life as like the joke is that would garner a lot more viewership a lot quicker. at least at this point in history. However, I feel like the opposite is more righteous, more just way of living, right? Yeah, we're gonna show up and work and love and cry and care and think and wonder for the rest of our lives. And we're going to live for thousands of years alongside that being the way. That's what I look forward to. I look forward to a long, healthy life spent with people that I care about. Right? Can we really ask for more than that? I think not. And in that, I appreciate you, friends, you beloved ones, for joining me once again. Thank you for sharing these moments. Part of me wants to stay, keep you here, but at the same time, it is a Monday. Maybe there's things for you to get done. This week is just starting. I love you, friends. You have made my life much better with your presence, and I appreciate that. I'll see you, friends, again soon. Take good care of yourself. Yeah, I'm often grumpy with reality. Giving you a big breath of relief, at least just for now, so we can be grumpy about reality a little bit later again. I thank you, friends, for finding a moment. I'll see you again soon, tomorrow. Goodbye for now. Love you, friends.